Danielle Cormack's resume reads like a TV guide full of our favourite shows. From Xena to Rake, Jack Irish to Wentworth. It's all going on.
It's all happening. Despite leaving Cell Block H more than 2 years ago, Bea Smith will forever be part of the Kiwi actor. But for her new role, Danielle is reinventing herself, taking on the lead in a comedy which was originally written in the 17th century. And Danielle Cormack joins us live. Nice to see you. Thank you.
Guys. Hi.
We'll talk about this new role in a moment, but can't have you here and not, of course, talk about your role as Bea Smith in Wentworth. Have you been keeping up with the series since you left?
No.
No, I haven't, but of course I've got some great friends that are still on the show, and so I find out what's going on through them, and I still get recognised on the street, and you know, of course, a lot of social media following a Wentworth fan. So, yeah, and it's amazing the show's still going, and you know, it's so loved.
When people recognise you on the street, do they cross the road to avoid walking near you?
I'm not sure if it's just because of me being on Wentworth either. That crazy lady.
There were rumours early in the year the show was going to be cancelled, of course. Do you reckon there's another few years in there?
I don't know. It's so popular.
Yeah.
You know, that's not my call, but you know, it's already carved out such an amazing niche in the market here and internationally, and you know, it's been made in several other countries as well, remade.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different Bea Smiths around the world. Oh, German, Dutch.
You'll always be our only Bea Smith, just so that you know.
Don't tell that to Val.
That's right, don't.
I'll have her knocking on my door.
The other Bea Smith.
Let's tell so you're in the top two. In our top two, for sure.
Correct. You've teamed up with another Wentworth castmate, Nicole da Silva. You've started your own production company. What kind of things are you guys going to put together?
So yeah, Nicole and I have started a production company, 411 Productions, and at the moment we're developing some shows for TV, and we're doing some documentaries as well. So yeah, it's just a way to, you know, keep progressing beyond our working relationship as actors, and you know, just in having you know, telling stories. Sorry, I'm just blah blah blah. I've got so many words inside my head right now. Just, you know, telling different stories and putting on our screens characters that we felt were missing. You know, good, bolshy, well-rounded female characters with agency. So. Yeah. You know, and you'd have to have had your head in the sand if you haven't been listening to conversations about that.
Absolutely. Now, the new role you're starring in is a comedy from the 17th century.
Yes.
Misanthrope.
The
Misanthrope.
Yeah. So it was Molière wrote the play, he's around Shakespearean times.
Of course.
Yeah, and so the play has been adapted. You'd know that.
Yeah, of course. That's Larry's favourite book.
When you said Molly, I thought, oh, Molly Meldrum's written a play.
Molly Meldrum.
Because he was around the 17th century. Yeah.
Of course, exactly. Not to be confused with him. So the play was traditionally led by the protagonist was a male, and they've gender swapped it. So Bell Shakespeare and Griffin Theatre Company have formed a co-production for this, and I'm playing the misanthrope. So stepping into what traditionally was a male role, written, adapted for the Australian stage by Justin Fleming, who's an amazing playwright. And so it's, you know, it's not to be feared. This isn't just, it's a classic, yes, based on a classic tale, but we've brought it into, you know, the Australian vernacular and a story that is really relatable now.
It's funny, right? It's comedy.
It is comedy, but it's actually, it is. Molière was famous for his comedies, but this isn't really a comedy. It's a tragicomedy, I would say. I mean, you know, tragedy is comedy, and comedy is tragedy, right?
Right. Sort of, yes.
But this play, it delves into issues such as the superficiality of the world, and how unreasonable love can be, and my character is at this point, at the point that you meet her, she's had enough of the world and how two-faced people can be, and the injustice in the world, and that, you know, if you look around the world at the moment, that's pretty rife.
Absolutely.
So the themes are, you know, are contemporary and relatable, and it's on at the Sydney Opera House. It's the first time I performed there, so...
Look at you, all opera housey.
Oh, look at me, I know. So, you know, and it's a great night out.
Good on you, Danielle.
Great stuff.
So nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
You can see Danielle in the Misanthrope. It's for a limited time only. It's at the Sydney Opera House. If you want the ticket details, just head to the Morning Show
website.
Sounds good. Yeah.